Okay, so we're actually in front of Angel Caval's automated domestic defense drone 209. It was made in 2014. Um, the one thing that I noticed from it whenever I saw it was obviously the gun that's on the top. Um, the legs and the way that they're bent, as well as the feet. Um, I also noticed the front, under the camera, or under the gun I should say, that there's actually a webcam on there. So more than likely this camera is meant to detect you, um, possibly movement. Um, that's one of the things that I noticed as well.
Yeah, you can see on the legs they're bent, and all three of them are connected by what seems to be some shocks to the platform of the gun. So I'm pretty sure there's movement. There's also clamps at the very bottom of the of all three legs. So it looks like they may be able to grab something and close up.
Yeah, another thing that we noticed while actually finding out about this piece of work is that the intention for this art piece was to pretty much make us, normal people or average people, I should say, to look at how technology has advanced in a way. His title, Automated Domestic Defense, obviously lets us know how technology and how weapons have developed to such a degree where people have pretty much made it to where they can make up their own weapons. Towards the back of the machine gun or the gun itself, we see how man-made the cables are connected and how human or how tech savvy this person made it to be, rather than say government-based or intellectual.
An actual industry.
Yeah, an actual industry that actually put the money down into it. More than likely, the person who would have made this must have been very smart enough to know which cables to connect and how to make it so that everything went together.
Yeah, it seems as if this gun doesn't need a person to operate it. There's a small gap between the platform of the gun and the actual legs, which seems to rotate. The gun seems to be able to move up and down, so it doesn't really necessarily need a person to operate it. We believe that's very advanced in technology, since it's the ideal gun for the industry. It doesn't need a person to operate it. Um,
Another thing that I noticed whenever I was looking is that, the fact that I'm able to see a mobile gun usually tends to bring fear because, us being able to see humans with guns, that already strikes fear in most of us. But now to see a machine that's mobile, obviously we have tanks and planes and whatnot. But the fact that this is actually able to detect you, it just brings things more to life as to the gravity of the situation that the world has gone into, to where somebody would actually need to make a weapon just to defend themselves, not only in the combat field, but the fact that it actually says domestic makes me feel that obviously the person, Angel Carrales, whenever he did this, I'm not sure if he went through some very intense upbringing, but the fact that he actually wanted to make this be brought to our attention lets me believe that he was very much aware of the situation and how crazy life has been for him, not maybe for him, but seeing the news and whatnot.
Yeah, for the people around him, yeah, it seems as if he went through something really rough for him to be able to create this machine that we don't see on a daily basis. I mean, it looks pretty different than what we've seen before. And
Yeah, and as well as whenever I noticed the gun, there was actually two flashlights beside the barrel, just a little bit under the barrel. So obviously, just like my partner said, this is obviously meant to be programmed, or it's programmed to detect you. So it obviously doesn't require a human being in order to run it. So at any given moment in time, whether it's daytime or nighttime, this machine would be able to detect you with just a camera. But if say your house is getting broken into at night, obviously the flashlights would be able to help to guide the camera and moving the gun to its position.
yeah, we also see two reflectors on the rear of the gun, so it seems as if somebody was trying to shoot this gun down, or or just see it with some light on it, it would reflect the light on the person trying to destroy it, and it would make it pretty difficult for them to actually make some damage to it.
Yeah, and the detail on the guns itself is actually pretty amazing. I'm not sure if Angel Cabrales has a gun of his own, or if he more than likely looked up images to get the right type of dimensions for this gun. But the fact that it looks very much real lets you see how intense he was in putting the work into it, and letting you see exactly what the intentions of each gadget and each nut and each bolt is meant to do. Not only that, but we see the rounds on the gun. Obviously, we have some that have been already used,
And some
that,
new ones,
yeah,
that are ready to use, and we see a lot of them. So it's not just any rounds, and it looks like they're ready. He's just ready to use all of them.
yeah. So it's actually a very interesting work piece. Most people would be very fascinated, and other people would just be concerned. Personally, like I mentioned before, it's actually brought to my concern of what this artwork represents, not only just the domestic violence, but as well as the worldwide violence that's obviously being very much promoted on a very daily basis.